The primary purpose of Innovative AAC Solutions, the podcast, is to educate and inform. The views expressed during all episodes are solely those of the individuals involved and do not constitute educational or medical advice. They are not necessarily the views of Special School District of St. Louis County. Hey guys, welcome back. We are jumping into mini episode 12 and some more resources for you guys. I'm just trying to will it to get to spring. I am ready for spring. I don't know about you guys, but today's episode is all about how we can support literacy, just like the rest of our episodes this season. But it's a couple of resources that I think are really engaging. And we know that motivation is key when we look at all kinds of learning and all kinds of communication. And so these two resources are ones that I really think are one's a website that can be used on any browser, and the other is more hands-on activity that engages with some sensory play as well. If you followed for a while, you know I'm a big fan of sensory play and engaging all of our senses. So definitely I get excited about these resources. I hope you do as well. If you do use any of the resources that you've heard about this season, let us know. Give us some feedback. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you don't like. And and that just helps us kind of shape future episodes. But speaking of resources, I can't let you go without giving you our literacy joke for this episode. And that is, why did the boy only know the first 10 letters of the alphabet? Why did he only know the first 10 letters of the alphabet? Duh. He was in pre-K school. Pre-K school. All other letters. Pre-K. He was in pre-K school. So I only knew the first 10 letters of the alphabet. Good stuff. That might be maybe up for a little bit of an older AAC user, but I get a kick out of it. I hope you do too. And I hope you get a kick out of these resources because they're super fun, super engaging. Let's dive in. Okay, guys, so for this week's innovative activity, we have the Float and Find. It's as fun as it sounds. So it's called Float and Find Alphabet Bubbles by Lakeshore. And it is tricky to bring up on the screen. I'm going to take away my background here so you can see a bit better. And really, here we go. You can see that it's a bubble. And on the one side, you have both the capital and lowercase letter. I grabbed U. And then on the back side, you have that representation. So we can talk about phonological awareness with these letters. We can talk about alphabet knowledge in general, the uppercase, the lowercase. We can maybe use an umbrella in a shared reading opportunity, or even an independent reading opportunity, or a shared writing opportunity. And what I love about these is that it also engages with sensory play. So we could put them in water or some kind of gelatin or something to explore. We could put them in bean boxes. We could also just spin them on a table and, get some feedback that way to make them more engaging. But it could be a shared writing opportunity or an independent writing opportunity, even if they chose a letter from the bubble letters and then they spelled that way. So they're all different colors. So we've got blue, we've got yellow. Can anybody guess what this one is? A volcano. V, right? We got yellow, we got blue, we got green, we've got red. All different colors. So all 26 letters, uppercase and lowercase, which not every activity has that. And that can be really beneficial for some of our students who are looking at those pairs together and working on those. So it's for ages 2 and up. Again, these are closed bubbles. These are closed bubbles. So they're plastic. I think they could tolerate even if they were thrown, put them in a bag, put them in a sensory box or some water play, like you name it. I think these are so versatile. These would be one I would absolutely have in my toolbox when working on all of the things for emergent or even conventional literacy skills. So put this down, float and find alphabet bubbles. And if you want to, let us know how else would you use this. Put it in the comments. Would love to hear some more ideas for how you might use the float and find alphabet bubbles in your emergent literacy practice. So this week's innovative resource is a super engaging and fun interactive website called ABCYa.com. So that's ABCYa.com. And there is a premium version, but there are a ton of free resources and engaging activities on this website for free. What I love about this website is that it does link to Common Core standards. It has resources for parents and teachers, and then it also has some printables that we'll explore. So it breaks it down by grade. So if we dive into, let's say, pre-K for an emergent communicator and an emergent literacy learner, we can see that it breaks it down then further by letters, numbers, holiday themes, strategies, and skill. And if you scroll down, you can see all these different preschool games. So if we dive in, we can do something as simple as fun with fridge. And that allows us to manipulate letters on to a refrigerator, both uppercase and lowercase. I also love that it has the punctuation. I also love that it has the exclamation point, a question mark. It has some of these conventional supports that we need to talk about the punctuation, right? To talk about when we're writing. So all that is just simple, right? But then we can do more interactive things like, let's say, bingo. Who doesn't love bingo? You get to select the mode on this game, so you can do letter names or letter sounds. This time we'll do lowercase. And then you can do the grid size. So we'll start with 3 by 3. It goes from 3 by 3 all the way up to 6 by 6. Now it's going to have us click on the one that makes that sound. So let's repeat it. Oh, was it? It was. So now it's going to give us a new one. When you get it right, you get a smiley or a monster. And obviously, you saw when we got it wrong, it gave us the answer below and then gave us a new sound. Once we get bingo, like we just did, it gives us that feedback. And then we have the option to start again. So as I mentioned, we've got Common Core standards that we can go into to talk about that supports for these. And then the last thing I mentioned earlier is that has the printables. So most of them are premium, but the coloring pages aren't. And I really like some of their coloring pages. They've got an all about me, they've got letters here. One of the things I love is that it has the ability, like Alan's Pizzeria page here that I'm highlighting, it has the ability to pick a letter that you are working on and kind of finding it within that picture. So you've got Adventure Man, Alan's Pizzeria. So if we were working on P and P, we could work on seeing that print on the pizza box, right, for pizza. So that's a really great resource you can print out and use with your students. And you can see there's just so many games and resources within here. It breaks it down by categories and even some make a games where you can make things. So language rich there. We can direct others. We can embed it across the day, across different environments like in our classroom as well as in speech therapy. So there's so much variety here. You can see all kinds of games. Alphabet bubbles, alliteration was one. Sight word bingo, if you're working on sight words. Base 10. We also have the ability to search. So if we're working on, let's say, there's one on homophones. Say we're working on alliteration. Well, it takes us straight to alphabets. So now we can play that game to specifically target alliteration if that is our goal for the day. So definitely check out ABCYa and explore that with your students. It's free on the web browser. And if you have questions or any issues getting connected, just let your facilitator know. Happy playing with letters.